I didn't sign up for a writing workshop because I thought I was going to be a writer. I signed up because I realized that I was consuming a lot of other people's ideas. Podcasts, Netflix, reading books, instead of creating my own ideas. And signing up for this workshop sparked an amazing transformation. And of course, my channel is about sparking joy, right? Not everything can be a fancy Paris hotel bar or, a ski trip in the Alps or, exciting stuff like that. Although, wouldn't that be nice? But sometimes it's just a folded chair in a corner, an hour with a group of people, pen to paper, getting creative and creating something that was never there before out of thin air. For the longest time, I just felt I was just 100% being a consumer, just consuming. And I'm sure you felt this way before. And yeah, I was being productive, making money, building my business, but that's not the kind of creativity that my heart craved. And then I signed up for a 3-month writing workshop. So let me set the stage. Very small group, 8 to 9 people. We met once a week for about an hour and a half. We were given a writing prompt, a 1-word writing prompt, and asked to write for 20 minutes. Now, some people were writing their books, some people were writing scripts, some people were journaling. Absolutely no pressure, right? Which I love. But here was the scary, vulnerable part. At the end, we were invited to share what we wrote. And that's where things took a turn. Because let's be honest, sometimes sharing what you've written from the heart can be super scary. And what I ended up remembering was that, crap, I really love to write. And on top of it, I'm pretty good at writing. And for a woman to kind of brag about that is kind of scary because we're taught to soften things and not be braggadocious. But my writing was just dormant and waiting to come out, and I needed to give it a place to breathe. And the other thing that happened was I made friends and I formed a community, because there's something really special when people are sharing their words in a vulnerable way. You get to see their pain, you get to see their humor, you get to see all facets of themselves, and that really bonds you together. On our last day of the workshop, we were given the word prompt, calling. I started rolling my eyes because I'm like, oh great, now we got to write about what's your calling, what's your purpose, right? I hate talking about stuff like that. So instead I wrote something completely different. And guess what? It ended up being the best piece in all of the 3 months that I wrote. People were blown away. They were like, can you send me a copy of that? A couple of people even asked me, hey, have you ever thought about being a coach? And of course, I'm not looking to become a coach necessarily, but it just showed that the insight came out. And I'm not going to read you the whole piece on calling. I'm probably going to post it in the notes if you're interested. It did turn out pretty good. I'd love your comments on it, but my favorite part I will read to you. What if our calling is just existing, but in a way that we can be proud of? A life we well lived. We drank in the giganticness of it all. We ate at all the tables. We saw all the humans with their messy hurts and bleedy hearts. We were a witness and we were witnessed. That was the piece that got the strongest reaction. One of the biggest lessons that I learned from this workshop is that creativity is not a luxury. It's not something you do after work, after you check your emails, after you do the dishes, cook your meals. It's how you become alive. And it's what you do to be an artist in this world. And yes, we are all artists. And you can write poorly, you can write for 1 minute, you can write for hours. The idea is not to write to be published or to be heard. The point is just to be yourself again. There's something about writing that pulls at our innards, our strings. So I'm going to challenge you guys to find a way, if you're feeling like me, flat, bored, restless, or that every day starts to blur into the next, find a little way to be creative. Take a writing workshop, take a pottery class, grab a sketchbook, write for 10 minutes in the morning and see what happens. Because sometimes adding joy isn't just adding more forms of entertainment, right? It's giving your inner life space and somewhere to go. And yes, I did sign up for the fall session, so I'm going to be writing for another 3 months. And not because of how it made me feel, but because it did wake me up a little bit, made me feel more creative, more connected. And that's worth following that feeling, isn't it? So the bottom line is maybe your calling is not this big grand announcement to the universe. Maybe it's just the next small thing that makes you feel alive and alive enough to pick up the phone. And when it rings, maybe you answer